Hey y'all, and welcome to Messages from Divine Feminine. Now, I believe from my own experience and my own journey that the messages from Divine Feminine are probably the most important ones, when it comes to our inner work. Actually, our inner work reflects our outer experiences, because our outer world reflects our inner world. My aphasia is being affected by Mercury in retrograde. And I have aphasia to begin with, which affects my speech sometimes. So bear with me. Anyways, with that being said, when it comes to divine and feminine energy, we tend to be too focused on our masculines because we view them as the ultimate prize when we're in that feminine energy. And they tend to be the things that motivate us to do the work that we do ourselves, because we know that the work we do ourselves will ultimately get what we are truly seeking, our person, right? But ultimately, what our person is showing us is that we're really seeking that same connection to ourselves, regardless if we're with a person or not. Because our connection to ourselves is the most important connection that we can have. And it comes in so many different layers and depths. It's a lifetime journey. That's why the fool is out to find himself, and it's not just one journey, mind you. It's not like there's an ending to this journey, because what we're trying to find is ourselves. It's a lifetime journey. There's never ever aspect that we're like, ooh, I found out everything about myself, therefore I'm good. Because you really want to be the person, which is really showing up strong in this reading, mind you. That's him right there. Well, he's showing up in many different ways here. I already said it before I enjoyed these cards about how us feminines can be way too much focused on our masculine, that being our main motivation for what the inner work that we do ourselves. Look what the first row is showing up is all masculine energy, your person. Now, mind you, what I give a really strong warning to every feminine is all the focus you put onto your masculine, you should be putting on yourself too. It should be balanced that way. All the energy and focus you put on a person, you should be putting it on yourself or more than you do on a person. Because you two are one, right? If you two are one, why are you leaving yourself out of the equation, thinking that your person is far greater and something that is a prize that you're wanting ultimately? Because if it wasn't for your person, which is showing up strongly right here, if it wasn't for him or her, you won't be doing all this work on yourself to become even better than you were before. He is your main motivation, he or she. But when we're talking about he, it's the energy. When it comes to masculine energy, the masculine energy, it tends to be the main motivation for the feminine to do her work. And the masculine is what mirrors that inner world that the feminine has. Look at this. We're already talking about how that when you focus on a person, you should be focused on your inner work. I mean, could these cards be any more clear about what's going on right now? Death is about the transformations too that comes with that inner work. I'm just going to break down this reading. It's very straightforward. It's very, very straightforward. And so on point, because it's the way it is. I can't see it any differently than this. Like I said, we focus on a person. We see him as the ultimate prize. How much stronger of a masculine energy could be here than the Emperor? In fact, a lot of you value your person more than you value yourself. And if it wasn't for him or her, you won't be doing all this inner work. In fact, he feels you too, because he's holding the ankh that the high priestess carries. And to him, you are the world. In fact, he's trying to let you go so that you can what? Do that inner work. Work on yourself so that you can feel as much as you do about him for yourself. That's the thing that you have to realize about this connection, that all this value you put on yourself, you should be putting on yourself, but in reflection of that, you don't feel like you're worthy. Whenever you go inwards, what? You have all the spelt emotions all the emotional pain and suffering you carry within you that makes you feel less than. Feel less than a person, because when you go inwards, you don't value yourself as much as you value a person. You got a lot of wounds within yourself, feminines, to still heal. Why do I say heal? Because wounds are meant to be healed. That's why it's being paired up with what? Temperance. Temperance is holding the water. Water is about emotions. Probably a lot of you feminines right now are healing your emotions because it's peering up here twice. Strongly. Because the cups, 4 cups. Those inner wounds. And it wasn't for your masculine, you wouldn't even want to look at these. You would probably avoid them. Because these wounds go deep. Because there's a lot of space between the masculine energy and the wounds. A lot of you like to almost project your wounds onto your person, thinking that it's his issues to work on. I don't have issues. But if you two are one, you're thinking that he has all issues, but in the same sense, he's the emperor. See the conflict that goes on when ego gets involved? Ego likes to make it seem like, hey, everything is great. Your person is the best thing in life since sliced bread, so to speak. But even on the back of the emperor is what? The sun. About healing, shedding light on this connection. He's also showing you that there's balance between the masculine and feminine energy. This is what makes a solid foundation too, is knowing how to balance out the masculine and feminine energy. And to be an emperor, you've had all the learning possible. Pretty much, you learn a lot. You had a lot of life lessons. And all those life lessons is what makes you feel secure within yourself. And the emperor is that masculine energy, right? So you got this duality going on right here. Like I said, if it wasn't for your person who you highly value, you look for what? Motivation, inspiration to do your work. He has all his tools on the table, trying to show you that it's about your work. And he also feels you because he's holding a candle that represents the 2 flames, right? And he's showing you that he's holding on to the connection. What is a connection based on? Well, it's infinite, right? Never ever goes away. No matter what is going on in your life, you still feel the connection, right? The connection never ever goes away. No matter what you're experiencing in your life. And it's up to you, feminines, what you're going to do with that connection. And my biggest suggestion is even showing up in this reading is to continuously work on yourself. That never ever ends. Temperance is what? Do you see her rain out of water that she's pouring out? One representing the masculine feminine energy and one representing the feminine energy. Balance out the masculine and feminine energy within you. Mind you, one's being poured on what? The ground, which is the masculine energy. One's being poured into water, which is emotion, which is the feminine energy. The balance between the flow of, you're flowing between the masculine and feminine energy. And that inner healing that you're doing with it. And mind you, being your truth about it because she's stripped back. Everything is exposed for what it is. And when you strip back, it doesn't matter about how others perceive you because you're alone in this, right? It doesn't matter about how other people perceive you. And it's all about your inner truth, not about trying to convince other people about your inner truth, but you focusing on your inner truth. Doesn't matter how people perceive you, not even a person. You know he's watching you. You know he's watching you. He's facing you doing your work. He's learning from you, feminines. Your person is learning from you. If it wasn't for you, feminines, your person wouldn't be what? You wouldn't have the strength or the tools on the table to do the work that he's meant to do here. Mind you, on his mind is a connection. It's always on his mind. That's why it's a landscape, right? It's always going around and about in his head. Masculine energy tends to think too much, be in their heads too much. Yet at the same time, what draws him towards you is what? His emotions and how he feels about you. How he feels about you is always there. In fact, he's always in his truth. You know, he's guarded. He's guarding the connection. He's always seeking for you to fill his cup up. Because he knows that you have everything that he needs for his life. He knows that you're the only one that makes him feel a certain way. And it's your inner work that draws him closer to you, because it's your inner work that causes transformation. Inner work includes your inner child. Inner child is your true authentic self, and the connection is based on authenticity. Authenticity only resonates from your essence. You should know about essence, feminines. If you don't, you should. If you don't know what essence is all about, connect with me. Connect with me. Get some more understanding about what essence is at. Because that's the power within you that you should be connected to when you're doing all this inner work. Because when you're doing all this inner work, you're creating a clear passage for you to connect to your essence. Your essence is pure energy. It is your higher self. It is how you connect to all aspects of who you are. You're just here for the human experience, but you're far greater than this human experience. You know, this experience you shouldn't try to transcend. Look at the feminine energy is embracing her experience here. She's facing it. She's trying to find who she really is in this experience. You know, she's galactic. She realizes that she's here for what? To experience things for the way they are. She has all these things around her, but she's focused on what? Her work she does on herself. Really embracing her full experience here that she's meant to experience here. That's what we're all here for, is to experience our human experience to the fullest here. To be empowered, to have what? Our connection. And for us to be empowered with our connection takes a lot of inner work. Even the masculine energy is referring to that inner work. He's holding on to the ankh of the high priestess. He says he's not trying to control you. He's allowing you to be who you are. You know, he feels a connection all the time, right? He feels it. His hand is on the connection. With that being said, feminines, I'm going to draw a couple Mystic Heart cards to see if we get any additional messages for this check-in. Look at this. I'll get to this. Sasha created some blank cards so that you can be more intuitive about additional messages. I think we all know what the message is here. Anyways, it's quite clear. And the other one is drive-by in reverse. I'm going to leave this in reverse, but it's a 4 and 6. Excuse me, fingers and stuff. It's a 4 and 6, right? Which is the ending. And drive-by. And why is this in reverse? And then why is this one blank? Because all of us feminines are looking for confirmation when we watch tarot. What I'm really experiencing is the truth for myself. Yes, it is. It's all about you. It's nothing else but you. That's why this is blank. You're finding the truth about yourself. Not looking for anything outside yourself. When you are connected, those messages are within you. So that when you do that inner work, you have clarity. And when you do that inner work, you're not just drive-bying. It's not drive-by. You're diving deeper into yourself. A 10 is about completion. Completion only comes from when we are truly connected to our essence. Our essence is the only thing within us that is whole and complete. Our essence is always going to resonate from our heart chakra. That's what we're supposed to connect to all the time. Our person is just giving a space for us to realize that connection. Our true connection is to our essence. Our essence is whole and complete, has everything that we need to have, to experiences, to overcome anything, to what our perceived challenges and our connection. Mind you, if you're a twin flame, I can guarantee you've had your experiences of challenges. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, I'm done with my challenges. I've learned my lessons. Oh, welcome to others coming your way. They never ever end. In fact, challenges become more challenges, but if you are actually doing your inner work and are connected to your essence, it doesn't matter what those challenges are. We just recognize that those challenges are what gives us the strength to become a better version of ourselves. the full potential of who we are. Without those challenges, we don't recognize how much strength we really do have. That power within us has everything that we need. Mighty, that wand is on fire, which reminds me of essence, the true power within us. If it wasn't the power within us, we won't be able to what? Overcome any experience that we're here for. Because our essence is far greater than anything that we can experience here as a human. But we're here for the human experiences. Yes, they will be filled with challenges, but they're only challenges for our ego. They're only challenges for ego. If you want to have the power to overcome any experience here or any challenges here, connect your essence. Your essence has everything that you need to experience anything here on earth. Because everything here is just an experience. That's all it is. And it's up to us how we want to experience things. If you want to experience things that will be empowering, then connect your essence. If you are experiencing things and you feel disempowered, then most likely you're in your ego. And it's up to you how you want to experience life. Do you want to experience life that in an empowerment way, in an empowering way? Or do you want to experience life in a disempowering way? Because you have that duality of choice. You always have choices of how you want to experience life here. That's up to you what choice you want to make for yourself. And for me, I'm always looking for ways of empowering myself. It doesn't matter how other people view my choices in my life. I'm always looking for ways to empower myself. Well, I love you all a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.